In today's video, I have something a little bit different planned that I hope you guys all enjoy. So for about the last 8 to 12 months, I've been talking about how I've wanted to build my own PC and create my own gaming and streaming setup. But I was having some setbacks, one of those being COVID-19. Finally, after ordering all my parts, I began building, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my experiences while building my first computer with you guys. So let's get right into it. So I actually don't have tons of footage of me building my PC because when I started to build it, as I progressed more, I started to focus less on my video and more on me building the PC because surprisingly, me having my phone sitting on a desk, just recording, it just got in the way and it was just kind of distracting. So I started to record less, and also it didn't really help that a lot of my earlier footage is just me unboxing stuff. Like, a lot of the stuff I recorded takes place on day one of me, like opening stuff and starting to build. I stopped recording around the time I started wiring stuff, like the early wiring process. Personally, for me, wiring was the most difficult process in my opinion. I actually had to phone a friend to ask for some help because I really did not know where anything went, and it was a confusing mess. Alright, so in this part of the video, I have the motherboard sitting on my PC box, or like the case box, and right now I'm trying to figure out, watching a video, how to put the CPU in and the CPU fan. So right here, I put it in the little slot that's supposed to go in. I'm like locking it in place and stuff. I took it out for a second because I thought I had it in wrong, but I actually had it in right. So the video I'm watching, it's a little bit confusing for me. The guy has a different CPU fan, so that's what makes it difficult for me. So I'm just doing what he's doing, and I'm screwing the things that are keeping the CPU that are supposed to hold it in place, but mine actually hooks in, so I actually didn't need to unscrew those there, and I just wasted my own time. So make sure you know how your CPU is going in. Now right here, I'm about to do the stupidest thing on the planet. The stupidest thing I've done. When I was rewatching the footage for this, I could not believe I did this, and it caused me so many problems later down the road. So right here, I get my CPU fan. I'm gonna slow down the video a little bit so you can just see. So I grab my CPU fan, and you know, I'm chilling. I have it. I'm looking at it, and right here I set it down in my lap, which is a no-no because the thermal paste there is already like rubbing up against my pants and stuff, so like I'm screwing up the pre-applied thermal paste that's there. And then right here, I don't know what on earth I'm doing, but I just straight up start touching the thermal paste because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was meant for, so I just started touching it and I was like, oh, what's this? I had it on my fingers and I was like confused, and some of it smeared on the side, and I was like, what is this? Eventually, after I'm done, as you can see right there, eventually I go in and I start putting it in place, and then I'm trying to figure out how to like hook it in properly. It was a little difficult for me, but eventually I got the hang of it and I got it in place. I'll explain to you why later in the video. That me touching the thermal paste here was just such a stupid thing for me to do, and why it caused me problems. If you've already built your own PC, or you have common knowledge about it, then you already know why. If you don't, I'll explain then. Alright, so here I'm just putting in my motherboard into the back of my computer. I have it sitting down there. The only stupid thing I really did here was I went to go screw my motherboard and realized I didn't have any screws. And I'll show you right here, there's a small little box that has screws and a bunch of stuff. It came with my case. That was right there, and I didn't notice it there until after I'd gone to like Lowe's and bought some screws to use for my motherboard. So that was really the only dumb thing I did when setting up my motherboard. So next, I'd like to talk about two problems that I actually did not have any footage of me from, like recording when they happened. So first off, I'm gonna talk about how when I went to go put my graphics card in my GPU, somehow I managed to get it stuck. I could not push it in fully all the way, nor could I pull it out. So basically, I started to panic. I did the one thing you weren't supposed to do, panic. And I didn't want to damage it. I tried pushing it in and pulling it out, and that just didn't work. So what I had to do eventually is I had to lay my PC down. So what I did is actually I laid my PC back down. I had to take my power supply out for a second, and eventually I managed to get a better angle and push the graphics card in and pull it out. And thank God it was luckily undamaged, and the motherboard wasn't damaged either. So I actually I lucked out there. And then I put it in and everything was fine, so there were no problems after that. Now I want to talk about the issue with me touching the thermal paste and what that does. So basically, for people who don't know, thermal paste is there to make sure your CPU doesn't overheat and helps transfer heat from it, basically. And so me messing with that really caused problems with my CPU. So when I turned it on here, I started having some problems. I had a CPU fan error, and I was starting to run Windows and stuff, and everything was fine. But when I was in BIOS, my temperature was higher than average. I was having like high 70s, high 60s, while not doing anything, not running games, not streaming, not doing anything. And I ended up going to open Minecraft, and my PC would overclock. The temperature would go up to 100, the fan speed would increase by a lot, and then my PC just shut off. But what I did to counter this is I just went to Best Buy, bought some high quality thermal paste, reapplied it, and yeah, everything started working again perfectly, and I'm able to make videos and stream, as you guys already can tell, and it's good now, so I don't have problems with that anymore. Alright, so next I'd like to show the quality of PS4 clips that I have here, with a side-by-side view next to clips that I have on my PC, and just compare the quality. And as you can see right here, it's just way smoother, way better on PC. So for anyone who's on PS4, Xbox, or whatever, and you're switching to PC, your stuff will look way, way, way better. Well, I just want to thank you for watching the video if you made it this far into the video, and I hope this video helped some of you guys. If you guys plan on building your own PC, just try not to make the same mistakes I do. I know I didn't do like a full walkthrough or anything like that, but I just wanted to show you guys like my experience and any mistakes I made, so you guys don't make them in the future, and the differences between PC and console, and just the graphics and whatnot. So anyways, I hope you guys all enjoy, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace.
Thanks, guys. Nice. Let's go, Dark! Oh, let's go!